think we should make Crave make drugs. I want the money. This is now illicit business.
Set up a drug lab.
Yeah, this is now illicit business simulator until I have like 7,000 eddies.
Illicit business simulator.
No, I watched this documentary about a man named Walter White, and it didn't end very well for him. I'm just saying.
Yeah, what was it?
A knock at the door. Dun-dun-dun.
I actually have a contact. What did I name him? Wallace something. Oh god. Let me look at my agent. I have a contact named Wallace Black, just so y'all know.
Mr. Black.
Mr. Black, who is my information dealer for the underbelly of Night City. I don't partake in drugs, but he has connections in case I need info or bait. He's a manager of a Night City car wash by day and a CD dealer by night.
Awful.
So what you're saying is we
Hysterical.
have a plug.
Yes.
We could also get Silent J and Georgia Maffei to sell shit out of the place.
Oh shit, yeah.
Hold on,
Not a bad idea.
Mateo. We establish a base of money with the drugs, and then we move on to guns. God, take
Well, he
it
does
to
both.
this.
Is the best part. It's easy expansion. Like,
Oh, yeah. Alright, Bakaneka, did you say you were going to try to do a job this week?
No one's letting me out the house, but I'm going to have Nico. I'm going to send Nico to the streets with some begging procedures.
You could probably use your friend's storage unit if you wanted to work.
I mean,
The Dukes,
possibly.
The Dukes and piss jar filled.
oh, gross.
Oh.
Why remind me?
Yeah. But,
Alright.
I think I probably, especially since I was going out of the house and I know that you don't get to stretch your legs very often, I would have offered to let you come with me on the deliveries I had in case you wanted to try and pick up something along the way.
Yeah, you've
Even
had
if it
the
was
field
just-
trip. Sorry,
I
you had a
would-
field trip with me in Dallas, so you need one with Crave too. You gotta round it out.
I would 100% like go with you, and I'd have my little shaker cup with Nico, trying to look pathetic and get donations.
Alright,
It's
here's
just a
how I'm gonna do
montage of me delivering drugs to houses and she's just sitting on the corner with an eyesight shaking a can.
Yes.
this.
I
Bakaneka,
was gonna say like money
me,
for treats.
give me an acting check.
Oh shit. Oh, let me see.
Please, sir. I want some more.
Oh god, this is terrible. I rolled a 10.
A 10. Okay, how I was going to do that is whatever you rolled, I was just going to add a 0 to it, so you only made 70 eddies begging.
You know, 70 eddies is better than no eddies.
It's better than none.
Oh yeah.
I'll take it. That pays
It's honest days,
for
Megan.
some of my therapy, I guess.
Nico thought begging for money was stupid, so he went and did a net running job, and he got you 100 eddies.
So I get 170. Because he thought I was stupid, though, I'm not buying his cat hookers this week.
It's fine.
I'm gonna
He only gave you 100, keep that in mind.
tell him that he better watch his attitude, or we're going to store brand cat food.
You want me to throw up on carpets?
Like you don't already.
Touche. He like licks himself a little bit.
You don't even have any fur for
Hair.
hairballs.
He licks
What's
you.
wrong with
That's where
you?
it comes from. Like,
It's not my fur.
Well, quit licking all these cat bitches if you're just gonna throw up their fur.
Kind of shake his head at you.
We lovingly squabble, I would like to say. Like, Nico and Bakeneko are long-term buddies.
Oh, yeah.
So, nothing hateful, but a lot of attitude.
Not of attitude. Okay, this next week... Actually, hold on, let me roll something for Ubik real quick.
we should have Ubik hire those bouncers too if we're gonna have people here this weekend.
Ooh, I'll have Ubik track him down. With his 200 eddies he got.
we may have some comrades over on 6th Street to be interested in earning some extra eddies. Could be cheaper. Don't know that's for certain.
I feel
Not
like
a bad idea.
the mercenaries would be more expensive than the because they were like corpos, weren't they? Or not corpos, but like hired by a corporation.
Well, I mean, a smaller corporation.
6th Street.
I mean, yeah,
might do
'cause
it for free drinks.
I'm fine with shopping around.
Corporations always pay their people really good, Joey, as you know.
We need. I mean, I'm fine with shopping around if we want to poke around and see if 6th Street's cheaper.
I'll make a call. Are we having a show this week? I haven't heard the answer.
It's gonna be at the end of next week,
End of next week. Okay.
or the second week, I should say.
Okay. Then, as part of next week, so Dallas will spend most of the week. If Nico will let him use his lab, he wants to try to poke around in that architecture, the Reaper B architecture, to learn anything he can learn, and then he's going to make 2 phone calls. And then after that, he'll just be free for anyone else to do anything else he needs. It's going to be helpful.
Let me see.
3 phone calls. Sorry. Maybe I'll be alright.
Yeah, he said the thing.
Let's see. Want to make you do an electronics and security check?
Oh goodness. Oh my gracious.
And then on top of that, give me a regular just interface check.
The electronics and security check was a 14. The interface roll was a 7.
Okay, while poking around in the net architecture, you encounter the Reaper B again. A lot of the same way as the first time you did, where it's kind of physically slithering within the code almost.
Yeah.
Like this thing has an actual presence within the cyberspace kind of thing. But as you try to connect to it, it connects back to you.
Yeah.
Like Dallas kind of connects to it again, and there's another shared memory from it. Not really a shared memory, but you like while doing this, you have another memory of your time at Cynosure. And it's the same conversation you remembered in therapy, where it's Bert talking to you about the nature of existence and if you're alive or anything like that, but it's coming from his perspective. Instead of what you remember of you looking at him, it's him looking at you.
Gross.
Eh.
Okay. Oh, jeez, that's just fucking great. Jesus Christ. So, and that takes Dallas's time with that. He doesn't particularly learn anything about it, or okay, great. I'm trying to see how he processes that. He will jack out, because that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
He will take he'll take precautions. This doesn't really work the way that it works in what's it called in Cyberpunk Red. He'll take precautions to make sure that it can't get hooked up to our net architecture. He might run some stuff on his own internal cyber deck to make sure he's not compromised. But I guess he's gonna make some calls. Fuck. Oh. He will go get Bucket Echo. Sorry, we're picking on you tonight, Bucket Echo. And after that, and wherever she's at, he'll kind of like squat down beside her and be like, hey, that architecture we took off from drones. I just took my best crack at it, and it didn't turn out with any noteworthy results. Do you want to take a look at it before I hand it back over to Militech? We can't hear
Yeah,
you,
I can
Bert.
look at Oh, sorry. Yeah, I can look at it. What do I have to roll?
Same thing Dallas rolled, so it's going to be electronic and security, and then an interface.
Okay, electronic and security. I rolled a 12 on that. And my interface was also 12.
It's not a bad interface roll.
You know, I can use some luck points. I have 3 for this session if I need to on that security. If anywhere up to a 15 would help.
15 would help, actually.
I will use all 3 of my luck points then.
With a 15, when you jack in, you encounter something a lot like what Dallas was describing to you, where you can kind of see feel the Reaper program lurking within the architecture. A lot like a Black Ice demon would, but with a lot more presence.
Okay.
You kind of encounter this Reaper B subprogram, and you're finding that it's not like an independent entity. You guys already know that the Reaper B is a thing that's kind of controlling sub programs and stuff like that. But it's almost like the ones that you have, it seems a little outdated almost. Like you're looking at the code of this Reaper B, and there's been a lot of modifications to it, but it's doing modifications to itself in real time. You don't get a whole lot of information, but you can tell that the Reaper program is something that learns and adapts in real time. Like whatever you guys are doing to it, whatever you guys are investigating it, whatever it encounters, it takes a part of that and works it into its programming. So all this Reaper B might be like more of a minor program. It still has an insane amount of potential, like an infinite amount of possibilities that it could do. Meaning that any other versions of the Reaper could do any kind of, like, any number of things. More or less, you discover that this thing is semi-conscious and has a little bit of agency.
Do you relay any of that to Dallas?
Oh yeah, I would share all of that information with Dallas.
Dallas looks particularly perturbed. He says, I appreciate the analysis. That's not particularly pleasant to hear. Any suggestions for any objections that I hand this thing to Militech? They might could tell us even more. They might pay us for it.
I don't necessarily like the idea of handing something like this over to Militech, but I don't really see any other option.
They already have a smaller version. They'd get here eventually. He gestures to the architecture.
Fair.
Oh, to be fair, Styles has a version.
I guess that's not the same as Militech having it. Alright.
Yeah, should we go through Styles rather than Militech directly?
I said he's going to make 3 calls. 2 of them are to 6th Street. 1 of them was going to be to Styles. See if she wanted it. So,
maybe you
tip his hat to Bakaneko and he'll go make them phone calls. He will call Styles first to see if she wants this architecture.
Okay, call up Styles. Let her know that you've seemed to have captured like a main, if not the main net architecture that Reaper B was operating out of. She seems very surprised and very kind of excited that you guys have got your hands on this kind of hardware. She didn't really expect that you guys were going to be able to find an intact net architecture for the Reaper. Everything else they found was just stray programs, like a chip that didn't get fried here and there. But she hasn't been able to look at the actual net architecture yet. She'll ask where you guys are and if you're able to meet up.
I can meet you with it, but I would like to be rewarded for my efforts.
Sure, we can find.
It is Dallas. Look at that.
I'm sure we can find something in the discretionary fund.
I'm not gonna haggle price. I don't think. We've looked at it and determined the best that we can look at of it. So, I'll meet you outside the res. Sometime during that week. Dallas will drop that off to her discreetly if he can.
All right, if you discreetly meet up with Lieutenant Styles outside the res, she'll take the net architecture, and then she'll have a net runner that she has with her briefly also take a look at it. She won't share a lot of information with you, but she'll seem very, upon like looking at the net architecture and talking to the net runner about it, she'll get a very stern kind of aura about her. And then she'll let you know that if you guys encounter anything else, to let her know.
Guess that depends on how well we're rewarded for this one.
Yeah, you edgerunners are all the same, aren't you? And she'll kind of chuckle a little bit. Like, this will cover. I figure it's only fair. I'm gonna pay you guys for the base cost of the net architecture plus a little bit more for all the good work you've been doing. So she'll give you 2,500 eddies
Total.
split amongst you and the crew. Oh yeah,
Wait.
which is a good chunk.
Dallas strolls into the mass after this and literally starts like doling it out. Like,
So we each
tell
get
anyone who was-
500.
Yeah, I didn't tell anyone who was doing this. Just shows up and starts doling out 500 eddies to each person. I sold some extra hardware. Me and Bakaneko had seen as much as we could see of that drone we knocked down. Lieutenant Styles paid handsomely for it. 500 eddies each. I like it. I'm all about it.
Not too shabby. Pays for therapy.
Yeah, dude.
Therapy pays for itself. Oh, that's good work. It's good to know might be one step closer to having a little more intel on this too. Do we have another lead for this at the moment? The Reaper?
Maybe we can talk about that after this call service behind us. There might be a place or two we can look.
But you do have that one. That one for sure I know of.
The Dallas knows or everybody knows? I'm trying. I know for sure Dallas knows something that he got while he was gone and he's not verbalized. I think it's like an abandoned data storage place that he never went to visit. So he can bring that up after the concert. I don't know if that's what you're talking about though.
There was that data center. I did forget about that data center. Yeah.
Okay. But there sounds like there may be one we all are aware of, but I can't remember right now.
It's not in my notes if it exists.
We'll figure it out when we get there.
Like little Nico's tattoos. Okay, sorry.
Sorry, I'm trying to get my brain caught back up. Dallas calls. Also, thank you, Ben. Dallas calls for the names Hands and August to see if they're interested in being bouncers for us over that weekend and how much they wanted it.
Bounce.
Okay, this will also be a persuasion check.
Oh no. Don't make me do it. 15.
15? Yeah, good job. It takes a little bit of convincing, but these are people that have worked with you within Strict Street. You've done jobs together. I'll even say you and Hands have even served together in the military a little bit.
Okay. Like,
Oh.
But so they know that, like, I don't know, they would find it like initially weird that Dallas of all people is coming up and be like, hey, you guys want to be bouncers at a rock club? They're
My
like,
rock
fucking-
club.
they're like, what? When the fuck did this happen? But they'll come around to it. And I'll be like, you know what? We could always use a little extra scrap on the side, so.
it's just something I'm looking at, you know. Capital makes opportunity and all that. B, he gives them coordinates. Be here at, he gives them the concert time. Actually, about 20 minutes early to familiarize yourself with the venue, please. How much this is gonna cost me? Guessing you won't
Well-
do it for free drinks.
Yeah. Well, 3 drinks wouldn't help.
Free drinks. FRE.
Let's see. Let's see how you guys do at the show, and we'll talk our cut.
Dallas hates how smart that is. Money smart that is. But all right.
The second week, Mateo, like, because I've just decided to follow this stupid fucking vein of him, like, over obsessing of, like, the business side of this, and he goes for a couple of drinks at the Afterlife, and finds that cute bunny little bartender, and tries to persuade her to come over and work the weekend at the Black Man. Knowing cute little bunny girl will draw some clientele.
Let me get a persuasion check on that one.
If you steal Rogue's bartender, she's gonna be pissed. She might be more pissed than when we took Dad off.
16. That's pretty solid.
16, good. She'll make a comment about how that she does like her job at the Afterlife. You know, Rogue's a very good boss to her. However, you know, Night City being Night City, their expenses are expenses. You know, she has a few off days, and a couple downtime. She'll work part time with you guys for a little bit until you guys take off.
Hey,
I tip generously. I'll even mark it off my fucking sheet.
I was about to say, extra bartending shifts is extra money. Bartenders make pretty good pay.
Mm-hmm. As long as she gets to keep all the tips, she's in.
Yeah, all right.
That's fair. Mateo panics and makes a cocktail menu.
It's like shit.
And you're doing all this. I'm not even sure we have like a stock of liquor. There's like what 7 bottles on the bars on the bar. 'Cause it's just us.
I mean, I imagine we, you know,
Stock. Of
think about your bar at home, and you know, like what each of us has as far as individuals, just as us people, and then I guess we would go through it a lot quicker in Night City, though.
I assume we had like a bottle per person because I just assumed we couldn't afford a liquor collection each.
Oh, yep. You see these shelves? We have to fill them. They're backlit in blue. It looks cool as shit. I think it's refrigerated. Like, fuck. Come on.
That has to be part of our lifestyle expenses now. Our liquor cabinet, our 2 large liquor cabinets, well stocked.
I'm actually looking that up right now. Actually.
Getting a dusty bottle of Johnny Walker Blue.
I gotta stop. That bottle of
Let's see
sake called my name.
I'll say sake.
I love sake. It's so good.
Okay, so
While we're debating the expenses of liquor, I probably would pop over to Dallas at some point. Especially after he rolled up with those eddies, and I would say, do you think it was wise to sell a rogue demon from an AI to Militech? Based on your background, I know that she's working with us, but Militech's Militech, and you know as well as I do that while I trust her for now, I don't know if I'll trust her next Wednesday.
Not particularly wise, no. But it's also really the only choice we have. Bakaneko and I spent a good bit of time with that thing. We're probably not going to learn any more about it unless we hand it off to someone with those kinds of resources. Militech, Arasaka, does it really matter? They all fuck up human life as a matter of course. This particular contact is willing to share the information she already has. If we can use them to learn more things, we might as well do it. If we have to take it back from them later, I'll worry about that when we're a little more prepared to do so.
I mean, what you're saying makes sense. I'm afraid when we try to take it back later, it'll be whatever weaponized version of Reaper B that exists at that point knocking on our door instead.
Whatever it is, I think is well beyond anything Militech can control. If they make one more creepy fucking AI floating around in the net, there's quite a few in there, I believe.
Well, sounds like a Thursday problem to me. And I'll slap a shot down on the counter and take it back real quick.
I was about to say, he actually pours you whiskey this time. Or you said Dart, yeah. Actually pours you whiskey this time.
Much appreciated. Again, I'm not saying you made the wrong choice. It just something about working with him again gives me discomfort.
I don't like it either. Keep your eyes open. Extra set will help.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're also stressful Militech. Hate.
Oh yeah, they're just as bad, man. All right. So I'm gonna say fully stocking the bar is gonna cost 1,000,
1,000.
but
200 each.
Ouch.
you guys are gonna. That's not including the profits you guys are gonna get back from it.
Right.
Over time.
And how long
It's
does
an
it last?
investment.
Is that just like a random dice roll to determine when we run out of booze, or is it like a guaranteed you party all weekend, you're out? Not to make it
We have to
harder on you,
inventory.
but
I'd say that's enough for a good weekend.
Do we need a distributor?
No, we're in a combat zone. Remember?
No, yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
250.
No,
Oh
This
yeah,
is-
we're
this is
fucking
all- this is
smoking
all-
the bandit bootlegging some of this shit.
No,
Like,
it's 5, so it is 200.
Also, a lot of it is being sourced through Ubik too. So
Let's see.
I would also ask if it is against the spirit of the item, if I were to make, because I can hold up to five rapid detox and then try to sell them for like 300 or have them available like limited supply, party hard, recover hard, and just see if we could sell them. Would you allow it?
I think I'd allow that. That's not a bad idea.
Cool. I'll put them in a special place behind the bar so that I guess whenever the bartender shows up, I'll say, "This is it's a special stash, limited supplies, only 5 of them. Anybody willing to pay a good bit can get one, but they can't go for less than 300. You understand?"
300 herd. Bump it up. All right.
Oh. Never
I will have to spend some of my downtime making those, and also spend 1,000 eddies, unless you want to count some of the medical supplies we got from the warehouse against that in order to make them.
Ew, we could do that. If you still have the supplies from the warehouse.
Yeah, I got like 2 or 3 speed heals just outright from it, but then we also had random medical supplies, so I don't know what you wanted to do with that.
I'd say the supplies that you have would be enough to make the extra stash that you had. But that does take away your supplies, so.
That's fine. I'll burn it on the first weekend for a good time and hopefully a little bit of profit, assuming I can recoup the profit, turn it around, and make more stuff later.
Yeah. Alright, the next couple days, that bartender, the bunny bartender, I remember I actually named her something. Let me check this real quick. Motherfucking Susie May.
Susie May.
Cause I don't know why, just bunny girl, she's southern, I don't know why.
Love that actually.
She's there, she's going over the new bar menu with Mateo.
All right, so yeah, so this one is called the Big Top, and it's rum, cotton candy liqueur, and a jelly bean, and then you light it on fire. Make sure you give one to Dallas at the start of every shift. I was also trying to come up with something for the vampire dude, but I couldn't think of his name, and all I got was grenadine and gin.
Hey, rum.
I mean, that works too.
And cotton candy liqueur. Vodka and cotton candy liqueur.
Yeah, called the Twinkle
That's
Tits.
Sorry, the Ruthven? What did you
Ruthven.
Yeah,
There you
that's his name.
What did you gin and what?
Gin and grenadine. Which sounds
Oh, God.
terrible.
No. Ruth?
Ugh.
I was trying to think of something red
sounds
for
vile.
for blood, but
Yeah, it was Ruthven, yeah.
The Ruthven is like mezcal and Aperol, or mezcal and Campari. It's just the grossest thing. I love Campari.
I was trying to think of something vampire themed.
You
But
get some names down, and I will make the specs. You put them in chat. I'll spend next week making the specs for them.
Honestly, I'm about that. That is a very good use of our time.
All right.
I just
Whoever
want to name
wa-
them after all of our enemies, like the RoboCop, the fucking Ruthven, you know, the Big Top, you know.
RoboCop is blue curacao.
White Fox.
I mean, I feel like the Ruthven would just be a tequila sunset, but with something red instead of blue.
Grenadine's red. Tequila Sunrise has got red.
Oh, it does have red. It's like an orangish color, isn't it? Well, this is tequila
But
sunset.
I like using that as a jumping point to get something closer.
Jaeger and Grenadine.
For this next little bit, I'm going to let everyone but Crave generate a hustle. Do a little side job. Because your side job is going to be a little bit bigger.
What do we do with that? Or like, what do we roll for that?
Oh, no. It's like a little macro that I have.
I gotcha.
So, like, Mateo, if he gets a job,
Yeah.
deliver this client safely to a destination.
I'm fucking Ubering, god damn it.
Warzone Ubering though.
Under the umbrella term of technically human trafficking. 5 moto rank 5
Glad you said that.
for 200 eddies, Mateo. Good job.
Oh hell yeah! Thank you, sir. I'm actually immediately gonna put that 200 to Ubik for the booze order.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, Pakaneko, you're gonna do a job and you're gonna get 200.
Yay, I got some money.
You're able to work out of Nico's secret storage unit lab.
Don't it smell like fucking mayonnaise in there? Ain't it the weirdest fucking thing? He's a cat. What does he do with mayonnaise?
I'm just imagining piss jars, but full of cat pee. Just
The wretchedness. Ugh.
You open the door and it just hits you like a
I'm like, good lord, man, you could afford an automatic litter box in this day and age.
Dallas, you brought down a major system with some ransomware and got paid to reinstall it, to uninstall it. 200 eddies. I'm like, that's a good one. I like that.
How many
He's
eddies?
doing hacker shit. You got 200 for that one.
Oh, cool. Alright. Being a black hat. Alright.
On this day, there's not a lot going on. Like I said, Mateo's going over the new bar menu. 40's setting up amps with her roadies and all that kind of stuff. Everybody's getting set up for the concert in the next few days. Crave, the last little bit, you've been kind of making a name for yourself as like a little local clinic. You know, a lot of people in the combat zone would come by, get their bullet holes patched up, etc., etc. But one of these days, you had somebody come up complaining that their cyber arm has been malfunctioning to an alarming degree. Like, it's painful, it's shocking them, like it's kind of taking on a mind of its own a little bit. And he's trying to ask you if you can take a look at it, saying that the Ripper Doc that installed it probably did a shitty job. He get what you pay for, you know, but he can't stand this anymore. It's starting to affect his other systems. Need somebody to look at it.
Trying to jerk off, ripped his dick off.
Yeah, I'd usher him in.
Unclear, got my dick caught in a ceiling fan.
I'd say, yeah, come on back here. We can take a look. You definitely do get what you pay for, so hopefully I can help you out.
Let's see here.
Takes it back, sees old Dallas floating in the tube.
Okay, give me a first aid and then a cyber tech to look at a cybernetic arm.
First aid's a 17.
Okay. There doesn't seem to be anything physically wrong with him. He hasn't suffered any blood trauma. There's nothing like outwardly damaged about his body that would indicate any kind of malfunction.
Cyber tech's a 12.
Takes a 12. You see that there's a problem with the hydraulics within his cyber arm. And they're kind of activating and releasing at random intervals. And it's starting to wear on the collarbone it's attached to. It seems that it's not something hardware related, but it's something with his operating systems that are starting to mess up.
I'd look at him and say, this, you know, I could deal with a lot of stuff. I might need to call an outside source for this. Is that problematic?
Between like winces and a little bit of a scream, he kind of says, "I don't care what you do, man. Just get this taken care of." He's starting to squirm and get uncomfortable.
I'll pop upstairs and see if I lock eyes with Dallas or Bach and Echo first.
Do we need to roll for that?
Bach and Echo?
It's
Yeah, Wheeler Woe, baby.
Whoa.
You notice Dallas first.
Hey, cowboy, come here for a second. I'm dealing with something a little beyond my normal expertise. Could use somebody who knows a little bit about operating systems and whatever the hell you do.
Dallas will strolling down there, see what's up. And when he sees
Me
the guy,
talking to either of you, though.
yeah, sees this guy, the guy with like his arm twitching. First thing Dallas wants to look for is if he has chipware, chip slots.
Just give me a perception. Actually, that's a pretty obvious thing. Yeah, you notice that he does not have a chipware socket.
Okay, that's good. Can I inspect the operating system? I know I may not be able to like jack you into his actual cyber arm.
Yeah, you can give me a cyber tech check. And then
Oh, I rolled a 1 for a total of 7.
you don't really notice anything besides what Crave has already explained to you.
Dallas has had too many tequila shots this evening.
Like, it doesn't, like, the arm itself is messing up, but well, you can tell it's not something with the arm that's messing up.
So I'm trying to think of the correct things to ask him. There ain't nothing wrong with the hardware. Where did you have this system?
Yeah, I had it installed at a clinic up in the Upper Marina. It was like one of the mall places. I couldn't quite get the money to get it hospital installed, so I had to cut a few corners. But this doesn't make sense. I mean, that's where I got all my cyberware installed, and this is the only time I've had it acting up like this.
It doesn't have chipware. He could still have the Reaper.
If this was a shady thing, could this be like something that was on somebody who was infected with something, got chopped up and, chopped and then put onto this guy?
Not a bad idea. First off, that's what you get for going to Claire's for your cyberware. You shouldn't do that. Go to a professional installer every single time.
Oh my god.
Second off,
Sanitation.
do you have any clue? And do you have any clue where they got this? I mean, the physical hardware doesn't look like it has an issue. You don't have, according to my friend here, you don't have any chipware, so I assume you don't have any kind of faulty, weird update things going on. At least I hope not. Only assumption I have is that something was attached to this, and, well, now it's attached to you.
Well, if you can't figure out what's wrong with it, can you just remove it?
Well, let me try this first. Can Dallas reinstall the operating system? Is that a thing? Can he just blank slate it, wipe it, and reinstall it? What a fresh one.
It would be a cyber tech since it's doing with cyberware.
Have you
that would
tried
delete-
turning it off and back on again?
This is a more advanced version of that, but yeah, I'm just gonna format
Well-
the hard drive, reinstall the OS.
Well, before you wipe it clean, though, is there anything you can learn from it? Like
I tried earlier and failed miserably.
origins or
That's part of the Nat 1, I feel like. Dallas just...
I was gonna say, y'all want to call Bake and Echo in for another consultation
Fucking
before
aggravates me.
y'all.
We're not doctors, but we're making the rounds down here, and I have another expert upstairs that might be able to take a peek at this if you want. And just,
Or I mean, Bake and Echo might have been a little nosy about it anyway.
I
yeah,
flip the arm
dude
over
was
and I'm like,
making
I'm
a
too
fuss.
drunk for this.
why does it say... Why does it say Fisto? That's weird.
I'm
Full
too drunk for
circle.
this. Get Buck and Nico.
Bakaneko and Mateo are eavesdropping at the top of the stairs. Like,
Yeah.
we saw you come up and get Dallas, and then go down, and we're like, "What are they doing?"
Curiosity, curiosity kills the cat. Or
Either
whatever.
of you two can also give me a cyber tech check.
Cyber tech.
Oh, let me-
Unless Barbara just beefs it.
Hopefully she
Okay, we'll
will.
see.
We do both
Hopefully I
can. Fuck
don't-
it.
Cyber
Okay.
tech.
I would
We're
love
over
to
here.
get this and fuck over Dallas's.
I
What was
rolled
the
an
symbol?
18.
Oh, I critted! I got a 25!
Ooh, damn.
We're the expert. Look at me. I'm the expert now.
Yeah. Dallas, what are you talking about? This is a simple Trojan proxy McGillicuddy, you know? It's a standard issue.
Bakaneka, you instinctively notice that what the guys are saying are true. It has nothing to do with the actual arm. So you're starting to look around for other installed cyberwares. See if there's anything else that could be done. As you're looking him over for other installed cyberwares, Mateo, you notice that he has a internal agent installed. Some characters have just the external agents, which is like a little little smartphone. Internal agents are obviously internally installed, and they're linked to your cyber eyes, your cyber auto suites kind of thing, so you can like get and receive phone calls in your head kind of thing. And you notice that something with the agent is messing up a little bit,
Dude, that's a fucking Nokia in your arm. Jesus Christ.
which doesn't make sense since internal agents are, wired to audio and visual things. Like, they shouldn't really be linked to other cyberwares, especially cyber limbs. Like, you don't know a lot about cyberware, but you know that it shouldn't be affecting it, but it seems to be.
I'll relay that, and I guess you can't. Since it's internal, you can't like trace the wiring in it. Do you have like an X-ray or something? A metal? Do you have a magnet that we can just run along the side to see where the wiring goes?
That sounds terrifying. Hold on a second. I have a med scanner, but I don't know if that qualifies for what we're trying to do here.
Tech scanners technically do this sort of thing.
Yeah.
Do you have one, Buck and Echo? I do not.
Let me see.
You guys break out all your fucking fancy scanners.
Tech scan-
Got
Would
one of
it
the
be in my
walkie-talkies from Joan.
gear?
Yeah,
I think it would be in gear, yeah.
Cyberware?
No
Yeah,
gear.
under gear.
Just gear.
We do have the one that was like hacked to shoot the special laser beams.
No, I don't got anything.
Oh, wait, that one is specifically used to check if things are infected with Reaper B. Dallas takes that thing out and checks dude's agent.
Rips the scope off my assault rifle and looks at it.
Just points the assault rifle at him without explanation, looking through the scope.
It's like a microscope.
Hold still.
Okay, so you take the tech scanner that is tuned for Reaper B, and it's really untested. You don't really know what it does. You don't even know really how to use it particularly. But you
Radiation
give
burn this motherfucker.
You guys gave it a shot. You hear the internal agent beep. It registers the signal, but it doesn't turn off.
Fucking Therac 95 up in this bitch.
I think this guy's got like Bluetooth 2.0 or some archaic technology that's connecting to the arm. I don't know.
Don't call Bluetooth 2.0 archaic. Alright. I don't know what to do with this guy.
I mean, he asked if we could rip it off. I'm not opposed.
Ugh.
You could try
I
to
think
for a
he'd
new
have a
one,
good
though.
time doing that.
Anybody who wants to can give me a perception check real quick.
I do like perceiving.
This dude tweaking out right here in front of us.
Didn't roll great. Rolled a 15.
I'm trying to get there.
I rolled a 4.
5.
Oh no,
God.
Dallas is our only hope. 9, a natural 1. Again.
Mine was a nat 1. Feast your family, boys.
15's
Ray
not
rolled.
bad.
The 15's not bad. With a 15, you, in between the conversations, when there was like a lull in the conversation, you hear a slight thumping coming from upstairs.
Oh no.
You big?
You can hear people talking, but you can't really make out the words. It seems to be in a hushed, urgent, like a rushed, urgent tone.
Did our
Fucking
turrets
Echo's
or anything
gonna-
activate?
Fucking hit the deck, dude. Thinking
You,
it's
you,
brother
no, you
man.
hear, you hear thumps, you hear footsteps upstairs.
I'll look over and say, "Hey Dallas, check the cameras. Something's scuttling about up there, and I don't know who it is."
Dallas will check the cameras.
Okay, checking the cameras, you'll see at the front door there are about 4 or 5 other people that just walked in. They're about the same social status as the guy that just walked in. They're scabbers. They're from the combat zone, and they're all like a little bit, yeah, but like in different ways.
Oh
everybody's
god.
everybody's having different cyberware malfunctions. Yeah,
Hey.
looks like you got more customers, man.
You got some friends upstairs that are looking about the same way as you. You all go to the same place, or?
What are you talking about, man? I ain't come here with
Me.
nobody.
This is the part in the
Oh,
video
boy.
game where like the choice dialogue thing pops up, and in Dallas's mind, it's shoot this motherfucker right now, or start asking questions.
I'm gonna look at everybody around the table and I'm gonna say, "Hey, I don't like this very much. He asked me to rip it off. I'll sure as hell rip it off. But you should probably either shoo those people upstairs away or figure out where they came from. We need to trace the source of this, or we're gonna have a lot of problems."
I don't know how I feel about all of the flooding here at once
You-
either. The timing of that seems very suspicious.
You
Mateo
deal
will
with
ask,
him.
like,
You deal with him, Mateo. We need to secure the doorway, probably
Yep.
now.
Yep.
Bucking
so wait, did they actually get in, or are they waiting at the front door? Because I
They're
don't
at the-
imagine we have it like unlocked. We have like turrets and shit.
Yeah, they're at the front door. They're trying to get in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mateo will like slide the thing across and like, where the fuck did you get that shit done? And see if they say Claire is at the fucking.
Mateo, as you and Dallas come up the stairs to approach the front door, you notice Ubik in this little booth right here, and you're picking up a faint, high-pitched whine. Kind of like when you get a microphone too close to an amplifier. There's like a feedback tone, and Ubik is grabbing his head and screaming.
Oh shit.
What? Oh shit.
Can we trace where the tone's coming from? Is it his agent?
It's coming from his head.
From his head. Oh god. Well,
What's in Ubik's
shame.
head? Yeah, what's in Ubik's head? Oh shit.
It was nice knowing you, Ubik.
Yeah. can
Ubik will kind
Dallas-
of like, in between like panted screams, he'll say it's something with his cyber audio suite. Like his cyber audios are they're malfunctioning.
So yeah,
Is he-
his cyberware is starting to malfunction.
Does he also have an internal agent?
He does actually.
Oh.
Can I disconnect it? or
Fucking
something?
iPhone up. iPhone must have released a new version. Now all the other shit's crashing out.
Uh-huh. Can I disconnect it or turn it off for him? I don't know what else to try for him.
Mateo puts down the baseball bat.
Let me get
While
a
we run
base.
those-
Let me get basic tech.
while we run those people off. 21.
21. Ooh. You're able to wrestle Ubik down. He's not being very cooperative. Obviously, in an extreme amount of pain. And I imagine that Dallas wrestles Ubik down and kind of takes a knife. He's just like, be still there, friend. And he kind of like very carefully puts the tip of the blade under Ubik's skin and severs the connector cord from his agent. And with that, the noise stops. And Ubik kind of drops to his knees.
Haul it down
I'll
the
get him a
stairwell.
bottle of water.
Says,
Tell Craig.
I
haul it
appreciate-
down the
Get the
stairwell.
vodka.
I appreciate that, Dallas. I have no idea what happened.
Yeah, we may have to be looking into that. That ain't good. I'm glad you all right, house. Dallas will run to the stair and holler, Crave, disconnect the agent from everything else.
Hear you loud and clear. This is why I have an external agent. It's on speakerphone on the table. Cut the cable. Hey, so it's weird they all came here, right? Also, what's happening?
Oh, God. Yeah, I'm
Well-
upset.
That means none of you were safe.
Well, and that's what
Sex
Mateo's
turtle.
gonna. He'll ask Ubik. You didn't get some cyberware put in by some shady bitch named Claire at the mall, did you?
He says, Ubik.
Yeah.
He'll be like, of course not. I only get the
Yeah.
best.
I didn't think you did. That's not good. That means it's not a source. It's everything.
I don't understand the tech. I can put it back in when we're ready, but I think somebody needs to take a look at this thing and see if something's in there.
We can maybe look at Ubix sometime this week. We need to get these bangers out of here first. Dallas charged
No,
They would-
before we, before we-
$50
bef-
each
yeah,
to just cut that fucking wire in their
that's what I was
arm.
gonna say. But before we get him out of here, let's usher him downstairs. See if we can't doctor him up a little bit.
Got a fucking waiting room downstairs.
Take a scalpel from Crave and just.
There you go. We finally found a use for the pews. Everybody line up left to right.
Okay, this is gonna be.
We'll draw one of the pew in front of you.
Actually, let me get Crave and Dallas to both roll first aid techs.
Oh, no.
I love that.
17.
First day. Holy crap. I only rolled a 19.
Damn. Good job, guys. Yeah, you're able to disconnect the
Dallas.
internal agents from the people that showed up, who, not surprisingly, all had internal agents installed.
Yeah, Dallas tells each one of them while he's cutting to get that replaced.
I'd be like, man, you know how much this agent cost me?
Is it worth your while?
It's like, man, all the new like ziggurat tech is. I mean, it's all the rage right now, man.
The new what?
You know anybody? else?
These are all the same brand.
Jesus Christ, Dallas, you just turned into Colonel Sanders.
It's like, yeah, man. You know anybody else that sells agents like this? They kind of have the market cornered right now.
Yeah, I see. Ziggurat. I thought they meant a specific person. That's interesting. You ever think something that's too good to be true might be too good to be true?
Well, we live in Night City, so no, not really. I'm not familiar.
Dallas shakes his head. Look, pay the
The words too good aren't in our vocabulary, sir.
Pay the medic and get out. Oh man, we need to take that out of someone's arm. I guess Ubix and take a look at that.
Ubix resting up. You guys have the agent removed and isolated.
But, oh,
Like to imagine you kept it in whatever fucking Faraday cage you kept the Reaper B naked architecture in.
it's just a black box. It's like a cigar box. Dallas has it like under a fucking desk somewhere. Just
Like
back
lined
of-
with tinfoil and shit. Like
back of a drawer. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I didn't use the restroom. Is it all possible we can take our break?
actually, yeah, that's a very good idea. Let's take 10.